This is Rummy's Corner. On Saturday night, Anthony Joshua defeated Joseph Parker by unanimous decision. This added a third major title belt to Joshua's existing collection, and AJ is now the recognized, unified WBA, IBF, WBO heavyweight champion of the world. Earlier last month, reigning WBC champion Deontay Wilder overcame adversity when he scored a 10th round stoppage victory against Luis Ortiz. Demand for a showdown between Joshua and Wilder is at an all-time high. The victor of a would-be mega bout between these two would produce the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. So who wins if a fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder happens next? The quick answer for me is, I have no idea whatsoever. And because of that, it makes the prospect of a Joshua Wilder showdown all the more intriguing. Especially since I think we learned quite a bit about both guys in their most recent bouts. A month ago, Wilder showed us some things we had never really seen before. Chief among them, that he had a lot of heart and determination, and that he could overcome adversity. But he also showed us that he still has some technical deficiencies, and that he can be outboxed by a capable operator using intelligent tactics. Wilder also again, at times, displayed some very poor technique and a total disregard of fundamental balance. But on the plus side, he's been able to make it work for him. Joshua also showed us some new things, in the sense that he proved he can patiently adhere to a fight plan over the 12-round duration while remaining disciplined and maintaining focus. It wasn't the most exciting victory for Joshua, but he was up against a pesky foe who utilized excellent movement with smarts and quickness. But AJ also showed us that his tactics can be largely neutralized over prolonged stretches. Joshua sometimes appears stiff and mechanical, and he never seemed eager to turn it up to the next gear, perhaps because he didn't have to. Right now, Wilder is coming off of an exciting victory that was an action-packed fight with several shifts in momentum. On the other hand, Joshua is coming off of a dull points victory in an uneventful tactical affair that was largely lacking in action. This is undoubtedly having an impact on how some fans are viewing this matchup now, especially compared to how they may have previously viewed it before March. But in terms of styles, I don't think that the matchups with Ortiz or Parker, I don't think those tell us very much about how a matchup between Wilder and Joshua would go down. What I personally find most interesting here is the fact that we have two undefeated heavyweight champions, both of whom have already shown us that they could overcome adversity before facing each other. When you think of guys like Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield, they proved that to us in their war of a title fight back in 1992, where after that fight, you really couldn't question either man's heart or determination. To a large extent, it was similar when we saw Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier battle it out for the first time in the fight of the century. But with Wilder overcoming adversity against Ortiz, and Joshua doing the same sort of thing last year against Klitschko, we have two heavyweight champions who have proven their determination once before, and I believe they'd both be ready to prove it again, even more so, especially if and when they finally meet. Joshua and Wilder both have really good jabs. They both have excellent power. They both have styles they each make work for themselves. They have both gone 12 rounds once apiece, and they have both overcome adversity in high-profile championship fights. These similarities alone make for a very interesting matchup, but their differences only serve to amplify the intrigue. Joshua is more tactically sound. He has the better all-around technical skills, and he is more inclined to box patiently and wait for openings. On the other hand, Wilder is faster and more athletic. He is much more explosive with his attacks, and he is far more inclined to throw caution to the wind and create his own offense rather than wait for openings. It's just a brilliant clash of styles at play here whenever I think of this matchup. The more Wilder attacks in his unorthodox fashion, the more chances he'll have at getting to AJ and landing a monster shot. But at the same time, the more Wilder attacks, the more vulnerable he becomes where Joshua might be able to find those openings that he could exploit. With that type of inherently action-packed dynamic at play, combined with the fact we already know that Wilder and Joshua have previously displayed great heart and determination, this fight is a win-win for the fans and a win-win for all of boxing. I believe that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are both extremely talented boxers, but they both have flaws to go along with their respective strengths. It's these flaws, along with the contrasting aspects of their styles, that make this matchup so potentially interesting for me. I have no idea who will win. Prior to March, I thought it was a 50-50 type of fight where I was giving a very slight edge to Joshua. And my reason for thinking this was because Joshua is technically superior. I thought that he'd have a better chance of getting to Wilder before Wilder could get to him. But now, I'm not so sure. I think Wilder's awkward, unorthodox attacks, I think they might confuse Joshua more now than what I previously believed. Right now, I truly believe it's a dead even 50-50 pick'em fight. Maybe I would actually give a slight edge to the guy whose home country hosted the fight. And I only say that because I thought the cards in Joshua Parker were definitely too wide. And I also thought the scores at the time of the stoppage in Wilder Ortiz, I thought they were dead wrong. I had Joshua winning 116 to 112, and I had Ortiz winning at the time of stoppage against Wilder. But I think this is all irrelevant, because I really don't think a fight between Wilder and Joshua is going anywhere near the scorecards. So it's back to dead even 50-50 for me. In conclusion, I have no idea how long it will be before we get to see this fight, but I really hope it happens next, because the timing for this one is right now. And pushing it off any further only risks what could well wind up being an epic heavyweight rivalry in the making. So I really hope this fight happens next. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great night.